Today's program about young people and violence is an ambitious effort, with satellites linking us to Southern California and South Florida. And here in our New York studio, we'll be talking about kids and violence. 326 valiant young Americans died in the Persian Gulf. Yet while our attention was fixed on the Middle East, an even greater number of young people were dying right here at home in a battle called gang warfare. In Los Angeles alone, gang-related deaths have soared nearly 70% in just the last 12 months. The average Los Angeles death toll is now approximately 2 people every single day. As in Kuwait, this is a battle now waged with automatic weapons, jeeps, explosives. Sometimes the victims are innocent bystanders, like 5-year-old Ashley Johnson. Ashley was playing hopscotch in South Central Los Angeles when she was killed by automatic weapons fire. And now the gangs, fueled by drug money, have spread their tentacles from New York to Los Angeles to Chicago into the heartland. Gang violence is now being reported in Nebraska, in Texas, Idaho, and Louisiana. So with those special satellite hookups to LA, today, to Broward County, in South Florida, on this very special edition of Geraldo, you're going to meet the victims of gang violence. You're going to meet those on the front line trying to stem the bloodshed, like my friend, the actor, the author, the Pro Football Hall of Famer, Jim Brown. You're also going to meet members of some of the most dangerous gangs from all across this country. Because war in the streets, terror in our hearts, gangs are the focus of this edition of Geraldo. One woman who refused to be defeated by the drugs and violence of her Harlem neighborhood is Rita Webb Smith, a modern-day heroine who decided to confront the gang that was selling heroin on her doorstep. In the process, Rita's son was shot and wounded, but she has become known as the woman who took back her streets, is the title of Rita's new book. I wonder, Rita, how you feel being here. We have 2 rows of youngsters who admit to being in a gang. Do you think that this problem has gone beyond the point of no return?
I think it's going beyond the point of no return. I don't think it's gone there. I think that we have to all work together to try to work with these young people to educate them and to eliminate it.
Let's go first to our special correspondent, Alexander Johnson, who joins us from Los Angeles. Alexander, introduce the guests who join you there in L.A.
Geraldo, as you mentioned, Los Angeles is in fact the hotspot for gang activity in the nation. Joining us today, we have members or former members of the Bloods, who are in this section, and we have with them T. Rogers. You mentioned Jim Brown, James Gallipo, and Aquila. Aquila is a former member of the Crips, and we also are joined by members of, or former members of the Crips on this side.
Well, I'm glad you said that, except for one thing. All the brothers that you see in this studio are ex-members. It's against the law to be in a gang in California. Okay. And there are police in the studio, so we ain't committing no crimes here. Ain't no gang members here.
Okay, they're ex-gang members.
Aren't the Bloods and the Crips deadly enemies, Alexander?
Well, yes, on the streets, yes, they are deadly enemies. But again, since they are former members, this ambitious effort has brought them all together in here to try to find some sort of solution to the problem.
We have some young people, as I mentioned, here from New York street gangs. Stand up, please. Tell me about your organization. What's it called?
Got all type of names, you know what I'm saying? Ain't really no individual name, you know, just that we stick together when it's time to roll.
The Posse, is that one of the names?
Yeah, well, I'm not revealing no name, it's just a posse. So everybody for self. It's time to roll, we just roll.
What does roll mean?
It's time to pull out the guns, we just pull out.
Do you have guns?
No comment on that.
When was the last time, let's put it this way, when was the last time you saw violence?
Yesterday.
What did you see yesterday?
Shooting, killing, everything that goes on in New York.
Who do you fight? Why do you do it?
Because another brother pull out on you, you're going to pull out on him.
But you mentioned the word brother. If they're your brother, why do you want to kill them?
Because they pull out on you. You know what I'm saying? His brothers going around here being snakes. Everybody's not right and exact, in the right state of mind.
What do you think is going to be doing in your life 10 years from now? What are you going to be doing 10 years from now?
Doing the right thing.
What does that mean?
Saying working, getting a job, being a working person.
Have you been arrested yet?
No, I haven't.
Don't you think that it is inevitable going the way you're going?
Probably. But who knows what the future holds for everybody.
Sean Grennan walked the mean streets of New York for 21 years as a member of the police department. He is now a professor of criminal justice. He says gangs have evolved over the last 2 decades from the West Side Story-like delinquents to brutal drug-dealing killers. Richard Green, sitting alongside him, has the formidable task of turning gang members into productive members of society. He says he has seen more death in his New York City neighborhood than during his tour in Vietnam. I mentioned joining us via satellite from L.A., which is, of course, the nation's gang capital these days. Along with Alexander Johnson, we have Jim Brown. These days, you should know, Jim is scoring big with a group he founded called American Program, which works with gang members on the streets and in the prisons. Let me go right to you now, Jim. First of all, I'm delighted that you have joined us. Why did you decide to spend so much of your own personal time and effort working with the youngsters?
Well, in America today, we have the most endangered species sitting right here with us, these young black men. They're a tremendous resource, but that resource is being wasted in our prisons and with our gang warfare. So what I'm trying to do is create an alternative by utilizing the system properly and by giving these young men the respect of their power within their neighborhoods. You
know, Jim, I have seen a lot in life, as you have, but I must say I am I want to say amazed, but appalled, I guess is the right word, at the level of violence. You just heard a youngster from Brooklyn, New York, talking about shootouts as if, you know, he was playing handball. And in L.A., I saw some video shot by KCBS where kids were just shooting at each other at point-blank range. I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Rita here in our New York studio. Are you ever, you know, get overwhelmed by a feeling of hopelessness over the scope of the violence and the intensity of the violence?
Not at all, Geraldo. You see, we live in a nation of violence and a world of violence. We've just had a very glorious, I underline, war in the Gulf. We said we had heroes coming back, yet we have confusion over there. We had so many people that were killed. We had babies of all nationalities. These young men are bright enough to see those things. We have a case of police brutality here. These young men have experienced that brutality. All around them there is brutality from the standpoint of the authorities. They're their own authorities, and I do not condemn anyone killing anyone, but I must look at them the same way as I would look at someone else that might commit these kind of crimes. Man has no right to kill man. He has no justification. It's under the eyes of God.
In South Florida, the gang activity is spreading from Miami to the surrounding counties. Law enforcement down there is so concerned that they are establishing the South Florida Gang Coalition. It is a united front to combat this growing problem. We sent our special correspondent, Krista Bradford, down to Florida to investigate. Krista, how's it going?
Geraldo, it's easy to underestimate the youth gangs here in southern Florida. They look so young, they're baby-faced, and they're not as hardcore as the Bloods and the Crips in Southern California, in Los Angeles. But if you talk to them, they will tell you that they are fast on their way to becoming just as lethal. With the help of the Broward County Sheriff's Office, I met the Zulus, and their motto is, "Peace to our brothers, death to all others." So who are the enemies of the Zulus?
Everybody. Everybody out there is our enemies. Sometimes there's 5 of us against 20 of them. You know, things like that. Number of people don't matter, you know, as long as you got heart.
Okay, word is it that Zulu 3 have made enemies with Sangre and Zulu 7. White fence, et cetera, have turned against them and are out to eliminate Zulu 3. Any questions? Anything you want to say? A lot of fish tonight, please. Careful, Pat. Yeah, this has been recently used. Yeah. Definitely. They've been doing coke here. They'll leave us messages, by the way. Oh, yeah. You see the tags they leave? Let's move along. It's all right. You get nervous. What are you doing with this? protection. Who's going to jump you?
Want to tell me what happened here?
Well, they believe that these guys were getting ready to do a robbery, and they found this on him, and the kid uses this for protection. He's basically afraid of the gangs, I guess. And
Don't come in. Get behind a police car.
Just how dangerous are these kids? They look so young and not so threatening.
they're dangerous enough to do drive-by shootings. They're dangerous enough to shoot innocent people. They're dangerous enough to have killed and proven it before here in this county. And they're dangerous enough to the point where the sheriff in this county has now put a full gang unit in place and wants the problem controlled. They're dangerous enough for that.
Have you served time?
Yeah.
For what?
For a lot of things, a lot of different things. A lot of different things.
Give me a list.
Strong arm robbery, aggravated battery, assault and battery, petty theft. Goes from petty theft on up.
I get even on the streets, hand to hand. Only real men fight. Everyone else needs to shoot. I don't run. I'm there for everyone who hates me. I don't care about society. Society don't care about me, so we're even.
Have you put anybody in the hospital?
Plenty of people in the hospital.
Have you killed anybody?
No,
If you did, would you tell me?
no.
This hat, put it in your pocket. Put it in your pocket. Put the hat in your pocket. I don't want anybody wearing hats because it's going to start a gang fight. Is it not, or is it?
You're just not going to have several different gangs get together in one place and not have a problem. It's going to happen. Start FIing them.
What the police are doing, and it doesn't look like you're too happy about it. What's upsetting you about this?
Oh, I know the people, and I mean, they haven't done anything. Frank's been trying to keep himself out of trouble, and that's uncool what they're doing, just because the way he looks.
What do you mean by the way he looks?
There's a lot of racism going on. Just the way you look, they think you're a gang member and all that.
Bull. Absolute bull. There's nothing racist. Of course I'm picking on them. I'm picking on any gang players to control them to the point where they just get sick and tired of it, and they either get out of the gang or they look to us for some sort of alternatives.
Now, Geraldo, to keep this all into perspective, there have only been about a dozen gang-related deaths in the southern Florida area over the past year compared to some 600 in Los Angeles, just so that we're able to compare the two. Now, with me are Ricardo Perez, he's with Chapter 3 Zulus, and Michael Illis, he's with Chapter 7 Zulus, and I'm sure you have some questions for them.
Okay, I'm going to save the questions, though, until after this commercial break, Krista, and then we'll be going back to our team, both in South Florida and Southern California. We'll talk more with our youngsters here, with Jim Brown, the Hall of Famer, who is devoting so much of his own time and energy to trying to alleviate a terrible problem that plagues many, many cities, and it is spreading regardless of who is at fault. There is no doubt that it is an intolerable situation. Give us 2 minutes and come back to terror in our hearts, violence in our streets. Gangs, our focus today.